1.2, operations on integers, adding and subtracting. Integers are your whole numbers and their opposites. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on are your whole numbers. And if you add in their opposites, -1, -2, -3, you get altogether the integers. When adding integers, you may think of a negative that is attached to a number as meaning money that is owed. For example, -5 plus 2, since the negative is attached to 5, that means that $5 is owed. If you pay $2, then you still owe $3. For number 1, -7 plus 6, since the negative is attached to the 7, that means $7 is owed. If we pay $6, then only $1 will be owed. Here, for number 2, 10 plus -3, we start out with $10, and then we owe $3. After that debt of $3 is paid, we will have $7 left. For number 3, I'm just going to copy and paste what is already typed here. And we're going to go left to right, adding two numbers at a time. This is -8 plus 2. Since the negative is attached to the 8, we owe $8. We pay off the $2, so we still owe $6. Now we owe $6, we pay $3, that means we owe $3. So we owe $3 and now $2, which means a total of $5 is owed. You could also think of this in terms of above and below ground. If you're above ground, that would be positive. If you're below ground, that would be negative. For example, for your -7 plus 6, you could think of -7 as being below ground, say 7 feet. I mean, you can do feet, inches, meters, whatever, but I'll just say feet. So say we're below ground 7 feet, and then we fill that up with dirt 6 feet. That means now we're only down a foot in the ground. For this one, say you have a post that's 10 feet tall, and then we sink that into the ground 3 feet, and all that will be showing above ground will be 7 feet. So there's lots of ways to add and subtract positive and negative numbers. You can just choose whatever works best for you. For subtracting integers, what we're going to do is we're going to use the subtraction property. The subtraction property says a subtract b is the same as a plus a negative b, which means we're adding the opposite. For example, 5 subtract 3 means the same thing as 5. Well, not means the same, but we get the same result of doing 5 added to a -3. So if we're using the subtraction property, what you would do is say we're adding the opposite of a +3, which is -3, which is what is written right here, 5 plus a -3. Or what you can do is you can use a shortcut, which doesn't make mathematical sense. Your shortcuts are just a fast way to remember things. And this shortcut, you just think of supergluing your subtraction sign to the number to the right and then replacing it with a plus sign. For example, we're just going to take this subtraction sign, move it over, attach it to the 3, and then put a plus in its place. Whether you add the opposite or you use the shortcut, which I call the superglue shortcut, we're going to end up getting 5 added to a -3. So if you have $5 and you owe somebody $3, you end up with $2, which is what we have down here. Now, if you do not use the subtraction property and you just leave the subtraction sign actually means takeaway. So whenever you see takeaway, you need to associate that with the subtraction sign. So if we have $5 and somebody takes away $3 right then and there, we'll end up with $2. That gives us the same result as if we have $5 and we owe somebody $3 and we pay that debt of $3 later, we still end up with just $2. So 13 subtract 8 is going to give us 13 added to a negative 8. If we use the superglue shortcut, what's going to happen is we just take the subtraction sign, attach it to the 8, and then put a plus sign in its place. In terms of money, this means we have $13, and then we owe somebody $8, which gives us a total of $5 in the end. On this one, if you want to use the subtraction property and just say, okay, we're going to add the opposite. Subtracting means the same as adding the opposite. So you put a plus sign there. The opposite of a positive 9 is negative. Or again, just simply attach the subtraction sign to the number to the right and then put a plus sign in its place. What's happening here is we owe somebody $17 and then owe somebody $9, which gives us a total of $26 that we owe. You can also think this as this above ground and below ground. If it's negative, you're down in the ground 17 feet, and then you're going to go down 9 more feet, which is a total of 26 feet in the ground. 2 negatives make a positive. Anytime you have 2 negatives right next to each other, it's going to result in a positive. Also, we talked about in 1.2 that a negative means the opposite of. So the opposite of a negative would be a positive, or just memorize that 2 negatives together multiplied cancel one another out to be a positive. Right here we have 2 negatives together, which cancel out to be a positive. So we end up with -7 plus 4. Once you put the plus there, the 2 negatives are completely gone. So please memorize this, it's very important. So we're in the hole $7, or in underground 7, well, in the hole $7, or we owe somebody $7, and then we pay $4, which means we still owe $3. Or if we're underground 7 feet, and then we fill it up with dirt or go up 4 feet, that means we're still underground 3 feet. This one here, for number 6, we again have 2 negatives together. Those 2 negatives together will cancel out to be a positive. So rewrite it with those 2 negatives replaced, completely gone, and replaced with a plus sign. So -5 plus 2 is going to be -3. In terms of money, we owe somebody $5, we pay them $2, so we still owe them $3. In terms of being above or below the ground, we're down in the ground 5 feet, we add 2 feet of dirt or go up 2 feet, we're still in the ground 3 feet. For this problem here, anytime you have parentheses, you need to do what's inside the parentheses first. That has to do with the order of operations, which we will talk about more later in the course. Also, we have these negatives, we have subtraction signs here. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to change those to addition signs. So if you use the shortcut, what you do is just move that subtraction sign and attach it to the 7, and in its place put a plus sign. If you want to use the subtraction property on this one, what you do is you say the subtraction property says subtracting is the same as adding the opposite. The opposite of a positive 8 is negative. So what's happening here in terms of money, we have $2, we owe somebody $7, which means we still owe $5. Here we have $3, we owe somebody $8, which means we still owe $5. What's happening right here is we have 2 negatives together. Remember, 2 negatives make a positive. Also, remember, subtraction means take away. If somebody decides to take away the debt of $5 that you owe them, then you get to keep that money. So you can replace that with a plus sign. those two negatives are completely gone now, and they are positive. Completely gone to just a plus. So what's happening now is we owe somebody $5, we pay the $5, and now we owe nothing.